Are you guys ready to watch me roast myself again? See, 6 months ago, I decided to take the leap and I bet everything on this channel.
I don't know, I'm feeling lucky.
But no, seriously, I literally have no other way out right now. There is no plan B. Either this thing flies or we're all going up in flames. So today we're jumping into the things that keep me up at 2 a.m. wondering if I have made a massive mistake. So I'm gonna be honest, growing a YouTube channel is hard. Like it doesn't come easy. And I definitely spend a lot of late nights wondering if this is actually gonna work out at all, if I'm gonna run out of content ideas, if anyone's actually gonna like any of my stuff, or if I'm just gonna run out of money and end up living in my mom's basement again. Oh god. But also, like, putting stuff out there on the internet forever is scary, right? So like when I look back at my first couple of episodes, they're a little embarrassing. They're pretty cringy, and now they're out there on the internet for anyone to see at any point in time, forever. And that's definitely a level of vulnerability I try not to think about too much. But like all renegades, I need to lean into the difficult and uncomfortable things, right? And I need to actually practice what I preach. So this is gonna be the first ever quarterly review of the state of the channel and the progress that we've been making so far. So looking at what we've done, what we've learned, and more excitingly, what we're doing next and what you guys can look forward to coming out. So let's dig into it. Welcome to the Renegade Institute. So anytime you're working on building something, right, it's really critical to take periodic assessments, right, and see how you've been doing, get an azimuth check, make sure you're still going in the right directions. We want to look at, like, what are our wins? What are the successes that we've had that we're doing really well to help keep us motivated and feel good about the efforts that we're investing? But also, more importantly, where are we kind of falling short, right? Where are we getting stuck? What are kind of the improvements and fixes that we can make to make sure that we're really optimizing our output? Well, today is that day for me, and we're gonna do a brutally honest evaluation of the channel so far and how we've been doing. As we discussed in our Weaponizing Success episode, we're going to be looking at our measures of performance and our measures of effectiveness when evaluating how we're doing, right? We want to be practicing what we preach. So, what's happened over the last 3 months? What have we done? So first, our production targets. We have met and maintained our production targets throughout the entire time that we've been running the channel, and I'm very happy about that, right? So I gave myself a goal of 1 video packet, so that's gonna be like 1 long form content video, and then 2 to 4 short form content videos every 2 weeks. And I've been able to maintain that the entire time that I've been running the channel, which I'm really happy and excited about. However, as a downside, I did eat up my content surplus that I had. So I've been working on making content for 6 months now, even though the channel's only been live for about 7-8 weeks. And I had like a good 6 to 7 week buffer of content that was already done, ready to go, that was scheduled out. But I ended up eating all of that up. Right? So I spent 2 to 3 weeks out of town, running around doing stuff around the house. I had a big project that came up that needed my attention for about a week. And my stupid day job keeps like wanting me to come into work and like do things. And that's getting in the way, right? What else did we do? We launched our Facebook and Instagram. So we had a Facebook and Instagram at the day of the launch of the channel, but it literally had like a name and a profile picture and nothing else. There was no content, no followers, no subscribers, anything. And now we are making daily posts on both. So if you're not, or if you're interested, check out our Facebook, check out our Instagram, because we are also putting out great content on both of those every day. We also brought on a dedicated social media manager. I don't know if you know this about me, but I don't know how to do the social media. I am not good at it. I don't use it a lot. And like, as an inherent part of personal growth and leadership and trying to build something is being honest and recognizing your limitations and where like you can't do everything. So instead of trying to put forth a crappy product, I actually went out and convinced a hottie, it's my wife, to join the channel. And she has a background in social media management, and she freaking rocks at this stuff. So you guys might actually be meeting her in a future episode here. She is managing all the social media management on Facebook and Instagram and is doing great work for us there. All right, so now we're going to transition to our measures of effectiveness. First, we did our measures of performance. What are the things that we did? What are the performative actions that we took? Now we need to measure how are those measures of performance getting us to our desired end state, and that's going to be through our measures of effectiveness. And as a quick recap, in order to have a measures of effectiveness, you need a precondition, where did you start, and a post-condition, where are you now over a certain period of time. And so this is our quarterly review in terms of doing that. So measures of effectiveness, how effective were we in growing the community and growing the channel and getting ideas out there? The channel is growing. It definitely is. We are getting some traction, but it is slow. And my, like, everything needs to have been done yesterday mindset is really struggling with it. It's like we've planted the seed, we've been watering it, and we're just like, why aren't you growing? Grow, plant. And like plants need time to grow, and I need patience and to relax a little when it comes to that. But it is going, and it is actually getting some good traction, right? So we gained over the period that the channel has been live, we have gained 68 subscribers since mid-July. We started at roughly a rate of 10 subscribers. Those were like my immediate family and friends that I was like, hey, I'm doing a YouTube channel, come check it out. And they're like, cool, I'll support you. And then now that since we've launched, we are now at 78 subscribers, which is actually pretty good. That is an 87% growth over 3 months. And 87%, that, I mean, that sounds good to me. 87 is almost a day, so I'm going to take it for this being my first time shot at doing something crazy that I have no background in doing whatsoever. We also gained 47 followers on Facebook, which is cool because the Facebook has only really been live for about 3 weeks. But this is the fun thing about statistics, right? Is you can take statistics and you can make them say whatever you want depending upon how you look at the data. I basically went out and just invited with one click all like 750 of my friends on Facebook to like my Facebook channel, and 47 of them agreed to acquiesce to my request and are following the Facebook page.
I'm disinclined to acquiesce to your request.
But the funny thing with statistics, so if I look at my conversion rate, 47 out of 700 is pretty terrible. That's like a 0.06 conversion rate. And that's sad. I don't like that. So we're going to look at it from a different metric, which was I started at 0, right? And 47 is greater than 0. In fact, it is 4,700 times more than 0 over 3 weeks. And so I like the sound of I had 4,700% growth over 3 weeks rather than I had a 0.06 conversion rate. So we're doing good on Facebook. Instagram, we have 8 followers on Instagram. I don't know how to invite my friends on Instagram to follow. Apparently it's not a feature, which is weird because Facebook and Instagram are the same. But anyhow, so this is probably much more accurate to what organic growth looks like in this 3-week period. But that's still a whopping 800% increase, right? Over 0. I freaking love starting from 0 because you just get the best metrics ever for your performance. Oh god, it's gonna be way harder for the next quarterly review. All right, 76 total watch hours from our content over the platform, right? I think that's pretty good. But again, I'm not a social media scientist. I don't really know what to measure it against. So yeah, that's just where we're at. We started at like 0 and now we're at 76. So that's great. Impression click-through rate. So impression click-through rate, that's some like weird YouTube analytic big brain stuff that I had no idea what any of it meant and I had to Google it. It basically is like how many people saw your video, saw your thumbnail, it showed up on their feed, actually clicked on it to watch it. And right now we're sitting at a 1.8% click-through rate. So of 100 people that saw my video, like just shy of 2 of them actually clicked on it. Initially, it's not awesome. From my research, ideally you want to be hitting like a 4 to 6% click-through rate on a really productive, healthy channel. But we are also still very, very new. And so only being 7-8 weeks old, a lower click-through rate is probably to be expected. But it definitely shows that there's some room for growth there in terms of our thumbnails, in terms of our hooks, in terms of our video length. So we're going to have to dive into that a little bit deeper and find out what's going on there. All right, average view duration for all the long-form content videos. We're sitting at 6 minutes, 30 seconds. It's not terrible, but it's not outstanding, considering that, like, most of our videos are right around the 20, 30-minute mark. That means we're looking at, like, people are watching 20-ish% of the videos, so it's not bad. It means people are watching it, but they're not staying, which is concerning. But the shorts, on the other hand, how many people are staying to watch the short in that it pops up in their feed versus immediately swiping away? We had 43.8% of the people that saw the shorts stayed to watch it, which I think is good. Again, I'm not a social media scientist, but I've watched my wife scroll social media and she's like, swipe, 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 swipe. What? Swipe, right? So I think the fact that 43, almost 44% of the people that see my shorts stay to watch it for more than a couple of seconds, I think that's good. But again, I don't really know what to compare it to. This is my first time doing it, so we'll have better metrics for you in the next quarterly review. Comments and audience participation, pretty low. Pretty bad. The videos, they have a comment or two. I think one of them might have 6 comments and 3 of them are me responding to other people. So like, it's basically negligible. But again, this is kind of, I'm going to try and give myself some empathy and be compassionate with myself. Like, this is kind of to be expected with a brand new channel, right? We don't have a lot of subscribers. It's really only been running for about 7-8 weeks right now. And the channel is still more of a one-way street, right? It's like me pontificating, that's a wonderful word, pontificating into a camera and then the audience just passively receiving it. We haven't really built a community. We haven't really built that two-way dialogue. So hopefully that's something that we can improve upon on our next quarterly review. Nearly all of the views to the channel are first-time viewers. Normally, that's kind of a concerning thing. Like 98% of the people watching this stuff, it's the first time they've ever seen the channel. If the channel had been around for a while, that'd be super concerning. That would mean that your content's pretty much garbage, that like people watch it once and then they're like, yeah, I don't need that ever again. It's like you try that restaurant, you're like, oh, nope, I'm never going back there again. But again, because the channel is brand new for the most part, that's not too terribly concerning because almost everyone just joined the channel within like the past 2-3 weeks. So we're gonna, again, be a little compassionate with ourselves there. Overall, I'm gonna give my performance here a B-. There is a lot that seems to be doing well. There's a lot that seems like we're doing better than maybe the average infant YouTube channel. But that said, there's still a lot of room for growth. There's still a lot of room for development over the next coming weeks. So what have we learned? What has worked? The biggest lesson that I took away from this period is that like shorts, YouTube shorts matter a lot. Like originally when I was doing all my research, I was like, look, man, the target audience is long form content viewers and consumers. People that watch shorts, like they're just not the same community. They don't have the same attention span. They're just looking for a different kind of thing, right? I don't know that I really want to be engaging in the short audience. And so I was making shorts, but it was more of like a throwaway thing that I was just doing quickly on the side. I didn't put a lot of effort. I didn't put a lot of focus into them. And I was just kind of doing it to check a box. Well, that was until my Did You Know You Have Two Brains short, the one that was doing the Stroop test, blew up. It didn't like go viral, but it got 4 times the views of the next highest performing short. It got like 850 views, and then I've got a couple of shorts in there that like are 200, and then a lot in the like 100 to 120 range. And I got 9 subscribers from that one short alone. That was more than 10% of my total audience came from that one short, which is awesome. And that really woke me up and being like, oh my gosh, okay, short form content matters. If you are doing a YouTube channel and you are not doing short form content, you are not, you're missing out on a lot of gains to be had there. The shorts are also getting a lot more views and engagement than the long form content. Basically, it's a much lower time investment for the viewer. And my channel is still young and I'm still building that trust and I'm still building that credibility with my audience that the long form content has something of value for you. So, how do we translate this into what we learned that didn't work? Yeah, the long-form content is a bit much at this stage in the channel. Like, I am just jumping straight into deep, long dives, very academic, very heavy. And that's a lot for people to take right off the rip. Like the 30 to 40 minute episodes, that's a big investment for people. Like we talk about how your time is your most valuable resource, right? And now I'm asking people to donate 30, 40 minutes of their time, and I'm not giving them a very clear what is the return on their investment that they're gonna get. What's the value they're gonna get from watching these episodes? And so like even my friends, people that are like wanting to support the channel because they like me, maybe not necessarily because they like the channel, are still like, man, I see that 30 minutes on that thumbnail and I'm like, maybe I'll check it out tomorrow, right? Except for my mom. My mom crushes it. She is watching every single episode multiple times. She's probably responsible for like 80% of my watch hours. But, you know, you got to take what you can get when you're starting out, right? But what this means is like the core content is good. Like it is getting some traction, but the packaging is going to need a rework, right? So I need to work on my hooks. I need to present immediate return on investment to the viewer. Like the immediate value is not immediately apparent to the viewer. Long form content, it's slower pace.
How fast is he going?
26 miles an hour.
What are those things? Were those the other cars?
Right? It's maybe even boring at times. It's not as engaging. It's going to be lower levels of energy. It's very academic. It's very deep up front.
Buddy up.
Wait, you mean read?
While we're still alive?
Why read words when you can just kill the stuff the words tell you stuff about?
And that's just a big ask for a lot of people. And so I think I really need to take a step back and kind of reevaluate my strategy of what does it mean to grow a YouTube channel and how does it work? How am I looking at what I've learned over the past 3 months? The biggest takeaway that I'm getting from this section is understanding that growing a following, growing a community, growing a YouTube channel, it's the exact same thing as building a fire, right? So my shorts, that's my kindling, right? Those are the small, dry, quick burning, really hot sticks that get going easily. It doesn't take much investment for people to watch it, and then it's got like a 48-hour lifespan, and then it kind of dies, right? And that's the kindling that gets your fire started. Then you have your medium-sized sticks, right? The ones that you use the kindling to get the little sticks going, and then you use that to catch the bigger logs, those like big, dense, thick oak logs that give you that nice, long, sustained burn throughout the fire, and it gives you that really nice coal bed. That's my long-form content. The problem is I don't have any medium form content. So like my kindling takes off, it gets a lot of momentum, and I have no way to really transition that from that momentum into my long form content, or the transition there is not great. And so I need to start focusing on building that medium form content, that 12 to 15 minute window, and really getting a high value add so that people understand that this is information that they're gonna get something valuable out of. So we're going to need to do something about that. All right, what can you look forward to? What are kind of the maintains, right? So right now, maintaining constant output, right? So that one video package every 2 weeks, which is a long form content, and then 2 to 4 shorts. We're going to maintain that. We don't want to go backwards. And then the daily posts on Facebook and Instagram. Those are our maintains. In terms of our improves, right? That's going to be making a new type of medium length, high yield content. That's going to be content that's more digestible. It's going to be in the 12 to 15 minute mark. And then we're going to rework the script to make it more engaging, more hooky, and then like clearly identifying what is the value that you're going to get from as the viewer right up front. And again, we're going to also go back to doing more like bullet point style rather than being super duper scripted. Cause I definitely tend to, especially on my long form content, like my OCD-ness wants it to be perfect, and I write a script and then I rewrite it and I rewrite it and I want it to be exactly the way, and like, it makes it robotic and people don't engage with that. They like more of the free flowing is the feedback that I'm getting. So I'm trying to go back to the bullet points, but I have to work against my own isms while I'm doing that. All right, another big thing. I bit the bullet and we hired editors. So editing takes forever. I'd probably spend 2/3 of my time in terms of making a video packet is in editing. It takes me like 15 to 20 hours to edit all the videos, and it takes freaking forever. And so I kind of bit the bullet. We're dumping money and resources into it. We brought on editors, and that's going to free up a ton of time for me. That's time that I can now use doing more research, writing better scripts, doing more brainstorming, making better thumbnails, right? And it's also going to allow me to produce content faster. I'm really hoping that it's going to be able to double or maybe even triple my current output. And then ideally, because again, I'm not a video editor. Everything that you've seen so far, like that's YouTube University and me just like struggling through it. And it doesn't, like, it looks decent, but it's not great. And hopefully now we're going to be able to provide a much better overall finished product for you guys because we're having actual professionals doing the professional part. All right, what else can you expect? Variations in content, right? So book reviews, they are coming. And then again, because of the lessons learned, we're not gonna like take the whole book and be like, this is everything that was said in the book, but we're gonna make it more that shorter format content, that 12 to 15 minute mark of being like, hey, what is that one big takeaway that I took from this book that I remember years later that has really helped me throughout my life? So book reviews, those are going to be on the way. Interviews are also coming. It is very important to me that we transition into that. I know I keep making excuses and dragging my feet on this one. It might have to be a next quarter thing because we got a big move coming up in January and I got to build out a new studio and there's a huge logistics lift with that and stuff like that. But interviews are coming, and I think that's really how we're going to start growing the community and getting other voices in here and making this place really, really cool. And then dipping our toe into analyzing current events. So we're already starting to build kind of a foundational knowledge and then frameworks and tools, and then taking those frameworks and tools and applying them to what's going on in the world. So like maybe as the debates come up, be like, hey, does this guy seem like he's debating from a system 1 place or a system 2 place? Is this individual making excuses and refusing to grow and chain, or is this individual taking ownership and then allowing themselves to become that conditioned winner? Those ideas, we want to be able to present them and start actually applying them to what's going on in the real world. So, goals for next quarterly review in January. These are going to be the benchmarks that I'm going to give myself, that I'm going to grade myself against. So I'm trying to keep them doable while also being ambitious. Subscribers, I'd like to see at least 150, right? I want to maintain kind of a linear growth trajectory there. We're at almost 80 right now. I'd like to see that doubled right around the 150 mark. But ideally, I want to start hitting kind of an exponential growth. So I'm going to set an ideal target of 250, but I'm not going to beat myself up too much if we're more around the 150 mark. Watch hours, same exact thing. We are at 78 watch hours across our short and long form content. I would like to at least double that over the same time period. 150 hours as a passing grade, but 250 hours as like we're really, really crushing it. And then in terms of my output, again, passing, maintaining the same output, 1 video package per 2 weeks. But if we're really crushing it, I think with the extra time, because I now have editors, we've got some more systems in place, we got some more people on hand to help out. I'm really hoping to start doing an episode packet once every 10 days or maybe even once a week. So hopefully we can get that content coming out faster and we can get more good information out to you guys. In conclusion, we've had a pretty decent start. We've definitely had some wins and we're definitely seeing some promise with the channel. There's certain things are working well, but there's still a lot of work to do. There's still some more grinding to happen. The honeymoon phase, I think, is kind of coming to a close. Like the easy subscribers for my friends and family, we're just about tapped out there. And now comes the real test if this is viable and we can build something that like people who don't personally know me can find value in and want to be a part of. And so we kind of have that uphill battle for that organic growth now and seeing what we can put together. The good news is we're only getting started, right? We got a lot of good systems in place. We've been learning a ton and we've identified a lot of areas for growth. And more specifically, we've identified how we're going to grow in those areas. So I think we're going to see some really good improvements over this next 3-month period. And honestly, probably this episode was more for me than anyone else. But again, being authentic, being genuine to the channel, right? If I'm going out here and I'm promoting self-betterment, I'm promoting, oh, this is how you do it. This is how you use these structures, right? I need to show that I'm willing to do those things too, instead of just like yell at you guys and tell you how to be better without living that myself. And this is part of that. And like, you guys are the OG Renegades, right? If you're watching this right now and I'm still only at like 80 subscribers, like you guys are the original gangsters of the channel, right? And we wanted to create kind of that intimate connection for you guys of being part of something big right when it's getting started. So thank you so much for being part of this journey with me. None of this stuff would be possible without you guys, and hopefully you guys are getting something meaningful out of it that's helping you be more effective in your life, if not just a little entertained. So we really appreciate it. We love you guys, and we will see you all next week. Cheers. It's kind of a one-way receive, or a one-way street. God dang it. Okay. Well, we're gonna have some bloopers here. All right. Oh, God. I have to edit that out. Oh, should I put a better shirt on? No, we're going informal on this one. It'll be fine. All right. Anyhow, that's that. Out.